All right, give me a minute, everybody. I'm trying to set this up the right way. Um, Hold on. I'm still trying to set it up. Sorry, guys. Spin Cobra, yeah, he forgot about the live stream. Hey, sorry, guys. I told people in the last 2 or 3 days that Cobra was going to do this live stream. Um, Hold on a minute. But as you can see, damn it, in the title, he forgot. But I do know what he wanted to talk about. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm setting this up right. So again, I'm so sorry. Let's see. Let me get back to the stream. Okay. I guess this is good. Give me a minute. Let me put the link, the channel. I mean, the fuck. The, StreamYard link. Here we go. Okay. Hold on. Paste. Hold on a minute. Damn. I was about to put, well, fuck. I can't. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to pin this. I'm on. Oh, damn it. Give me a minute. I might have to switch to his account. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Oh, no, damn it. I'm still under his. Oh, let me see if I can. No, I can't. Oh, damn it, people. I'm sorry. So I can't pin the link, even though I'm under his name. Oh, fuck it. Okay. Oh, let me see. Salty. So, I mean, I do know what Cobra wanted to talk about. I mean, like I said, I wanted to come on here live and let you guys know that he's so sorry. He had a family thing that he needed to go to, so he forgot. So when I called him and says, "Hey, I'm sitting here waiting for you to go live," he goes, "Oh shit, I'm sorry." But like I said, I know. I mean, we talked about it ourselves on the phone in great detail. I mean, I know what, and I thought I saw. Why am I not salty? I'm not seeing you. I see you on StreamYard side. Um, can you come on panel, Salty? Because for some reason I'm not seeing you on that side. Let me make sure you're not blocked, because you better not be. Hold on a minute. Community blocked. Hold on, it takes me a minute, Salty. I want to make sure you're not blocked. Damn it. And so he, like he wanted to touch base because I showed him a video. I guess I think it's California or somewhere out there. They're prohibiting. They're telling their police officers that they are not allowed to put that blue line flag anywhere on their uniform. Hold on, Salty. I'm still trying to find you. If you gotta give me a minute. Because I'm still trying to see if you're blocked. Because for some reason I'm not seeing you on YouTube side, and I should. Give me a minute. People, I'm sorry. Just give me a second, please. There's quite a few names on here. The fuck? Damn, you're not on the block list. What the fuck? Because I wanted to give you a wrench, but I can't because I can't see you. Damn it. All right, that's weird. Sorry, guys, I'm not there. Damn it. What the hell? Huh? Jesus Christ. I have no idea, Salty. I'm so sorry. Can anybody see Salty rant and stream? Sorry. Anyways, Salty, I'll figure this out. Can you like I said, I can see you through the StreamYard side, but I can't see you on YouTube side. It pisses me off. Fuck. Let me try to get on my YouTube studios and see. Right now I'm on Cobra's. Okay, I'm on mine. Let me see if you're blocked on my end. Damn it. Hold on. But anyways, yeah, Cobra wanted to touch on that blue line and I think it was California. They're prohibiting their officers from wearing that anywhere on their uniforms. So I don't know if any other of you cop watchers or anything are hearing about stuff like that. Give me a minute, Salty. I'm trying to go through mine. He's so Central Florida. You see him on the YouTube side. Damn it! Hold on, I don't have any idea. Well, there he is. Let me see if this helps. All right, Salty, try it again. Try saying something. Because I think somebody banned you on my channel. That's why I'm not seeing you here. So, and so like I said, I don't know if you guys, if you're hearing anything about this and that blue line, because I don't expect the younger people to remember this. But a lot of years ago, they had that movie, their Serpico movie. There we. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I see you. All right, this is pissing me off. I don't have any idea why I'm not seeing. Let me refresh. Why I'm not seeing Salty. It's pissing me off. Salty, can you see me? I'm putting a pan. When I'm gonna put the panel link again, and if not, I'll email it to you because I don't know why. This is driving me. This is pissing me off. Anyways, hello, Bobcat. Um, let me try this again and see. Because no, I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. Studio. Let me send you the email, Salty, so I at least can get you in here. Here we go. Oh, I emailed that to you, Salty. Uh, but anyways, yeah, I can see you. I can see where you type Salty, but I can only see it through the YouTube side, so I can't click on you on there. But I'm gonna check. I have the link to your channel. I'll just pop you in as a mod. So give me a minute. Cobra, yeah, I was telling them that you had you didn't remember, and I'm usually the one that forgets. Oops. All right. Hey, Salty.
How's it going?
Good, but I'm still trying to figure out why I can't see you on the other side.
I can't see you either, but I'm sure if we got close to each other, we could smell each other.
Nah.
Are
Yeah,
you get?
Cobra just popped in to say hi, everybody. So yeah, that's good.
I smoked 3 cigars at work last night. I'm gonna smoke probably another 3 when I go to work tonight.
I'm
That's my
gonna
new
go
thing.
back. I saw on my side over on in my for some reason there was a Salty rant that was blocked. That was on my hidden users list, which
Ah,
shouldn't never be there. So I am going through it right now. So people, if you give me just a minute,
I
I'm
believe
sorry.
that chicanery may have taken place.
Nah, yeah,
I
I
have an
think so.
idea what happened, but I don't want to say it publicly because I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
the
don't.
video,
Like I said,
the
I
video I
will.
made yesterday on my channel, I took down just so I couldn't get reported falsely for harassment
Yeah,
and bullying an elderly person.
yeah,
It was a good video, but I realized that every time I make these kind of controversial videos on my channel, I run the risk of getting in trouble again.
yeah. Well, like I said, I'm going through it again, and then I can go right to your channel and just use your channel IP to add you as a mod. So that should help.
Okay.
If you give me just a minute, I want to look again. I deleted one salty rant that was in my hidden list. Let me see if there's another one.
There's
And
been so
there
many.
wasn't any on Cobra side. So
Yeah, there's been so many accounts of myself, fake
yeah,
accounts. You
yeah,
know what? I should be flattered because imitation is a form of flattery.
right.
I mean, that's what they tell me.
Okay, there's another one. I'm just going to remove them all, and I'm sure there are some that are trolls, but still.
Yeah.
But that one was using your name, but with your other channel icon, avatar.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so give me a minute, people. But yeah, like I said, I know what the live stream was supposed to be about. And like I said, I've been telling people the last 3 or 4 days that we were going to do a panel. All
Well,
right,
you
well
know what?
that's it.
You know what I think it. You know what I think it's derived from, and I know this somewhat from living in Suck My Dick, California for 14 years. Worst decision I ever made, but um, you know, a lot of the LAPD back in the day when they had the crash unit and everything else, they were clicked up in gangs, you know,
Yeah,
and so why not? Why wouldn't the cops come out with whoever created the blue line flag and the red line flag? That had their ass removed. The
yeah,
American flag, I wear one on my hat, even though it's black and white, and there's no blue line or red line or any of that bullshit in it.
yeah,
And you know, like I don't like the blue line flag. It was back the blue or whatever, but you know, it's more like bareback the blue.
ah,
Now, I'm gonna say this, and a lot of people are not gonna agree with me, and then that's fine. You know, we all have opinions and stuff, and opinions are like assholes. We're all full of shit. But I used to think that most cops were good. I've since then taken a stance to change my stance on police. I don't hate all cops, so I can't say a cab, but I can say M as in Mary, M cab. Most cops are bastards, and that's in my opinion.
yeah.
Because
Damn it.
because very few times do we see good cops.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm starting to see that the police departments are slowly backing away from that blue line shit. Because, like I was going to say, people way back, if they remember that movie Serpico, it was all about that blue line, what the blue line meant, and
Well, are you
yeah,
talking about the Al Pacino movie called
yeah,
Serpico?
yeah,
No way. I don't think. I think you got it wrong. That was back
no,
in the frickin' 70s, late 60s,
yeah,
early
that
70s.
was about New York, and it had to deal with the blue line. It was more
Well,
about corruption, but
yeah.
and if you remember
Well,
the movies,
I don't
yeah,
know if they actually brought up the blue line. Maybe it was a blue line
yeah,
of
it
corruption,
did,
but I
yeah.
don't think the blue line flag that we see. But I understand where
No,
you're
no,
coming.
it's not that, but it was the thing that you don't cross the blue line. Even if you see corruption, and that's what it was about. I mean, you don't cross the blue line on your brothers
Yeah,
because
because they
you
left
could,
Serpico
yeah,
hanging at the end.
yep, they did,
He got shot a bunch of times and everything else, and nobody
yeah,
would back him up because they thought he was a rat.
uh-huh.
You know,
Salty,
standing up for doing what was
uh,
right.
give me a minute. I'm gonna set you as a mod. And can you go over on YouTube side and just type not yet? Hold on a minute. I gotta add you manually. Ha ha ha, manually.
You want me to type something?
Yeah, not yet. Hold on. Let me make sure you match. Okay. There we go. Save. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
You should be a mod now. So you can go look, go see.
you're
Oh my
already.
god, Joe. Holy shit. Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
I'm blue. How about that?
Yeah, but I still can't see you. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Let me refresh again. I have no idea because we got all that situated before. Damn it. Oh well, we'll figure it out later, I guess. Holy shit. Hey, Joe.
I sent Cobra a message.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Cobra, can you see Salty? Anyways, but yeah, that's what. Because I was surprised when I heard. And like I said, I'm sorry if I can't remember where, but yeah, I think it's California. I don't know if it's a certain town in
Mhm.
California. Oh, you can see him?
Everybody can see me. Hell, I can see myself.
Except for me. Well, that's fucked.
So basically, what you're saying, Betsy, is you can't see me naked, but I can see myself in
Ah,
a full length mirror with
ah,
bright LED lights. Is that what you're telling me?
right. Yeah, right.
All right.
So, anyways, yeah, that's what I didn't know if it was just a town or maybe that we can have something to look forward to, which I
You
find
know,
it very offensive to see a cop with blue line bullshit anywhere. Now they're coming, of course, they
you know
have
what?
to have the blue line
There's much
tattoo.
to look forward to except death and taxes, and
Yeah,
going out and buying more cigars next week.
yeah. And I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, let me put the link back in there because I'm gonna have to keep manually adding it because, of course,
Oh,
I mean, I could
man.
probably sign into Cobra's account. Right now, I'm just under the management. So, but here's the link to the panel. I can't pin it because, of course, I'm on my account, which is
Right,
it's
right,
weird. In StreamYards, I'm on Cobra's account, and in
right.
one of my Facebook tabs, one of my YouTube tabs, I'm I'm on under his thing, but when I type in chat, I'm under my own name. It's weird.
Mm.
The pigs have to have that blue line skid mark. Yeah, yeah, I know Central Florida. That's disgusting.
Maybe
I'm
they should have.
sorry.
Maybe they should make it a brown line skid mark
No, right. I think it's
for
bullshit
all the shit that they
because
cause. I mean, look at all the times SGV had guns pointed at him for
oh
having a
my
taser,
god.
and they
Yeah,
know it's a taser.
yeah, yeah. I know. A lot of times I was in there, and you know how dangerous it is, and a lot of times it's people on YouTube. It's the trolls that call the police and say, "Hey, this dude has a gun,"
Yeah, just like
and
when I was at
yeah,
the OT Mesa border in
yeah,
2018 as blind justice here in California.
yeah,
They called and said I had a gun in my backpack, so the border patrol would attack me
yeah.
and arrest me.
You know
That's
how
exactly what
dangerous
happened.
that is? Somebody can lose their life because a troll in here wanted to get back at him for doing God knows what, so they call
Well,
in.
I'm pretty
That
sure a
could take
troll wanted to
somebody's
see
life.
border patrol execute me, but
Yeah, yeah. But I see it a lot, especially with SGV. A lot of trolls go in there and once they find out where he is, they call and call and call. But that
look,
shit's dangerous. They do it for a laugh or to
right.
get back, but
But here's
people
the
can
thing: it's
die
most
from
of the
that.
assholes from Discord that are doing it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's mostly the trolls from Discord that are doing it.
That's why I tell, especially my brother and everybody else, it's people like that that's going to get you guys is killed. I always tell them, I don't care how you do it, you make it back home safe.
Yeah.
And that's yeah, and I say it every single, you just make it home safe. Fuck everything else. Just make it.
Is
And
it
the
illegal
people
to
like
wear a
that's making it
vest?
hard.
Is it illegal to wear a bulletproof vest in Arizona if you're not security
Oh,
or
I don't
police?
know. I thought it was illegal. I thought it was illegal everywhere, unless I misunderstood.
Well, I mean,
Oh, wait,
I
wait. I think it's illegal to wear a bullet in the commission of a crime, no
right, but
matter where you are.
if you're out there and you have actual patches that say press or
I'm gonna
media,
try to log in as
and
Cobra.
Cobra makes like a little key badge that says press on it.
Yeah.
Not that he needs it,
Oh,
you know.
damn it. Wait. I thought.
Kind of like what News Now Houston did, but in a different way, right? Have a bulletproof
Yeah.
vest, with plates and everything in it. And then if a cop shoots him, well, I mean, he's going to have a broken rib or a bruise, but he's not going to have a gaping hole. And then he'll have proof that the cop shot him because shot him in his bulletproof vest.
Yeah. Okay. I'm now under Spitting Cobra's account, and I can see you, Salty. So
Oh,
I
great.
will go through all of my stuff and see if I can find out why I can't see you.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't
that's
know.
bullshit. Make sure
Like
you
I said,
check your side as well.
yeah, you're not blocked on my side.
I didn't think you were blocked on mine, but I saw one salty rant with your icon avatars you're using now, and then I saw another salty rant with your speakeasy avatar. So
I'm
I don't know what
using
the hell's
the
going on.
main avatar though, so I don't know what's going on
Yeah, I'll figure it. We'll hopefully figure it out. Damn. But
because
yeah, I'm under
if I
Cobra
use
now, so
if
I,
I use the speakeasy account, then it's going to be Salty Speakeasy.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you have that. If I don't know if you want to pop in with that or whatever panel link.
Well, you already modded me up as a Salty Rant.
Yeah. Okay, now I can pin this. There we go. So yeah, I'm under Cobra's account now. So, but yeah, that was some of the things that Cobra wanted to talk about.
I sent him like 3
Oh,
videos this morning, right after I got
hey
home.
Cobra.
There he is.
Hey, girl.
Hey boy.
Yeah, I just wanted to come in and apologize to everybody. I've totally forgot, and then I got hung up with this deal. We're on our way over there now, but I wanted to stop in and tell everybody I'm sorry. But
Oh,
Okay.
you're just fashionably late to your own live stream. Remember to do this when you're
there's
going to die. Be fashionably late to your own funeral.
yeah, Betsy
Yeah,
knows.
let's hope.
Betsy knows the subjects that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
With,
I won't go into
uh,
great detail because I still think it's better coming from you. But yeah, that way it gives them an idea of what it was going to be, and maybe the next couple of days we can redo it.
yeah. Maybe tomorrow we'll jump on and do a live feed.
Yeah, and people
Would you
need to
ever
know
consider
this
having
channel is just channel drama free, people. So just know that.
you ever
Hold on.
consider having Direct D as a guest on your panel?
Say what?
Would you ever consider having Direct D as a guest on your panel?
Absolutely.
I would love to pick that man's brain because he is
I heard
killing.
her. I love Miss Cobra.
Yeah, Miss
He
Cobra's
is
in the background there.
killing.
Yeah, she's awesome. So yeah, hopefully maybe a couple more days go by or whatever. Because usually it's me that can't make it, but hold on. No, I'm good. Thank you, baby. But no, Cobra's the one. I'm like, what the fuck?
I was gonna tell you tomorrow's a day that will live in infamy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow's my 18th wedding anniversary.
Oh,
Oh,
cool. Good job.
When I surprised my wife and laid down on the floor in my boxers and a wife beater and said, "Baby, would you marry me?" She should have fucking kicked me in the balls and walked out of the house forever. But nope.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
make sure you let Joe know that. Oh my God, I'm so honored that he popped in here for a minute, Cobra.
Yeah, he's on the way to the same deal that we're going to.
Okay, good. Make sure you let him know I'm so grateful. And then
Cool.
I saw your daughter in here too, so that was cool.
Cool.
Hey,
Anyways,
Robert, can you wear a bulletproof vest in Arizona if you're not security or police?
Yes.
Why don't you get a bulletproof vest and mount it up with cameras and put press on the back and everything else?
I don't
And
know about that because, like I said, I believe it's every state, every place. If you wearing a bulletproof vest during a crime, then
how
you
is
can get
filming a
charged.
crime?
Let
How
me
is
know.
filming a
That's
crime?
the exact question when they all end up in. Cobra's been arrested 2 or 3 times.
Well, there's been a couple of Tempe against police violence. He wears a vest sometimes, and there's nothing they can do. I mean,
Okay, but if he gets arrested while he's wearing that cop watching, wouldn't that be considered? That's where I
no,
get freaky about.
no, absolutely
Okay,
not.
good then,
No.
This
because
way, if
that
a
would.
cop shoots you, you have body camera and you can show the bullet where the cop shot you, and then you have proof. And then when you take his ass in court and drop his qualified immunity and sue the bejesus out of his department and bring the
Hey,
feds involved, I mean, it's going to be a big old to do.
Hey,
Because
Cobra,
otherwise,
do you use
dead.
a?
To
Do
to
you have a camera in your car? What do they call dash cam?
yeah,
Okay, good. All right, good.
yep.
You know, I should
To
put them on
answer
and
your question,
saying
to,
you should have a
to
dash
answer
cam in the front and a dash cam in the back.
to answer your question, I praise anybody that gets out there and films the police in any way, fashion, or form,
Yeah.
because they have to have cameras on them. There's just uh, I mean, he knows what he's doing, but
Cool, Central
he really,
Florida.
he really doesn't realize some of the ways that he goes about it. It actually um, hinders the ones that are trying to do it right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
praise anybody that gets out there and films the police officers.
So yeah, and like I said, I don't know. I know it's. I believe it's in California, and like I said, I'm not sure if it's just that district. But I heard, and I believe it. I believe it was California that they're no longer allowed to wear the blue flag. Oh my God, sorry,
Nah.
blue flag on their uniforms.
Yeah,
So
there's a couple of states that are banning them. Either that or a couple of counties. A few counties
yeah,
they're realizing the uh, the actuality behind that blue flag. That is it
yeah.
is a symbol of gang.
Yeah, well, I don't, like I said, I don't know if they're trying to change it, but I know when I was young, that blue line meant corruption. It meant, I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what it represented to me forever was, corruption. It was a way to remind all the other police officers not to cross that line. You never tell on nobody, you never, and I don't see how it's any different now.
Exactly, it is.
To me, it still represents corruption, and you put a mug on people. So, hey, listen, I'm your cop brother, cop sister. You don't go against me no matter what. Like, fuck
Right.
that.
It indicates that, okay, I'm wearing this blue flag.
Yeah,
Whatever you do when you're standing next to me, it will be between us.
yeah,
And
Oh,
I
so kind of like what
and
happens in Vegas
I will
stays in
tell the lie.
yeah. What happens in Vegas stays in what happens, yeah,
Yeah.
I agree there, Salty. So, yeah,
Vegas.
that's what, that was some of the stuff that Cobra wanted to talk about, which I find very interesting. And,
What
you
Well,
about
know,
police unions in Arizona and like other places? Like, how come the police unions wield so much power with corrupt, dirty cops? I mean,
right.
that's like, when you break it down, like okay, so the cops are corrupt and dirty, but here's the thing: if the police unions are equally as corrupt and dirty, then you need to get rid of them all, right?
Yeah.
right. And I had one of the other local cop watchers here. He knows who he is, and he might be in here a little later, or he might be in here now. Um, he actually had a conversation with a high-ranking officer, a really nice conversation, um, and just noting the niceness of it. You guys know that it's Tapateo's Cop Watch. Um, he actually had a conversation with a cop that he put him in a different category as everybody else over here in the East Valley. And he said that, and he told me that the cop actually told him that the way that the cop watchers are doing it in the East Valley is actually hurting the cop watchers, because the way they're doing it is actually starting to create um, laws. They're they're putting laws onto what they're doing. It's just creating more laws that will hurt the cop watchers and get them convicted. So of course, it takes a couple of years or a few years to get a law passed, but all they're doing is noting that to judges and prosecutors that we need to create a law that stops this. And that's all they're really doing is getting it to where they're creating law, actual law. Are you there? Did I lose? Oh, I
Yeah,
must be.
no, I'm here.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
going
here.
to
I
answer
could
South
barely hear you because you
Central.
kept dropping in and out.
Yeah, I was going to tell South Central that was the whole thing about the blue line back then. They hid it. They didn't want people to know about it. And now
Absolutely.
they're rubbing it right in our faces, and it still has the same meaning. It still
Yep.
means that we will lie for each other, we will fucking steal, we will fucking kill, probably. And that was the whole point of the thin blue line. It was to be hidden. And the only time you were to speak of it is if you were with your brother and sister police officers. Other than that, it was never talked about.
Yeah, Central Florida
Well,
said
I mean,
that L.A., Los Angeles County banned it.
Okay, there you go. Thank you,
yeah, Los
Central.
Angeles
Thank
County
you.
is the sheriff's department, and then Los Angeles City proper would be LAPD.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. But and that's the thing. Now they shove it in our face. It's like fuck you. We still have it, and there's nothing you can do about it, and that's what pisses everybody off.
Oh yeah.
Well,
So
look. I mean, okay. You remember when the swastika came out in World War II, when the Nazis were using the swastika, right?
Right.
when they
And,
stole it from the Indians, yeah,
okay, exactly. But what I'm saying is, when the Nazis started using the swastika, well, right after World War II,
yeah,
after Hitler supposedly got toppled and all that shit,
yeah.
the
When they
fucking
renamed it,
symbol was burned, shot up, whatever, right? Because it was such a fucking bad symbol, kind of like the blue line flag. But there are people out
Right.
there that will continue to collect
stop
memorabilia
that,
because
Cobra.
of the fact that they can go ahead and
Smack you
collect
for
it.
doing that.
You know,
Yeah.
damn it, I couldn't
Well, I
get it.
don't know. They're just you don't. They took a symbol that belonged to the Native Americans, and they changed it into a symbol that means hate and disgust. And but that, if you do research on the swastika, they even renamed it. I
Yeah,
mean, if you do, it's a symbol. It's the
I
symbol
wanted to.
means
If
yeah,
you really wanted to like go after the cops, like in Arizona,
Yeah, that's right.
California, Central PA, wherever you're doing it, you
yeah.
like do like I was wondering if you could do like a video reference, or you could get a blue line flag on one
Yeah.
side and a swastika on the other side.
Ah.
Like sew the two patches together and be like, this is the equivalent of the blue line flag.
Or you can just do a blue line and right across the blue line, just put little swastikas.
Right.
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
do that.
Well, like the sticker you have, you peel the blue line up and there's a swastika underneath.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep.
That woman got brains too.
Is that Mrs. Cobra?
Huh?
Is that Mrs. Spinning
Oh,
Cobra?
yes, that's the brains behind it.
Yep.
Ah,
Yes.
Never
yeah.
heard his voice, so I'm like, I didn't even think. I was thinking your husband,
Yep. That was Mrs.
your
Cobra.
brother was kind of like swimming, talking about a fictitious bride.
Oh no, she's a beautiful soul and she's real. Yeah, she's special. But
Yeah,
anyways,
she's always
that's
been
what I
sweet.
mean. If people do research on that swastika, they just realize it's just a symbol that prick stole. I mean, all the way down to that horrific meaning. I mean, he stole it from a whole group of people, just like he was trying to erase a whole group of people.
Yep.
So, but I will, like I said, that blue line is something that makes me angry, fiercely angry.
Oh,
Like I
definitely.
said, Like I said, if the cops want to have a colored line in their flag, it should be a brown line.
Uh, well, I mean, the
They're full of shit.
meaning behind that is so disgusting. And then for them to, do it publicly and with a lot of fucking pride just makes me sick. It does.
Yep, sure does.
And I'm sorry, the profession of police, do not ever say you were a cop, because that, to me, that's disgusting. I will never be proud to call myself a police officer. That's to me, that's one of their things in, professions
And,
that
you know,
you can
I
just
thought being
flush
a
down the
security guard,
toilet.
I thought being a security guard was a hated job.
No, I don't think that. I don't. No, I would never proudly say I was a cop. I'm sorry. Nope. I would
You
hide that
talk
shit.
to you talk to a cop, and things have changed over the last 40 years, where
Yeah,
being a cop meant something. It depicted security for the community. They did protect and serve. There were some bad cops, but they did protect and serve.
right.
um, but now, talk to a cop, and you try and figure out, why are they so quick to pull the trigger? Why are they beating the fuck out of the public? And
Yeah,
you know what their excuse is?
I'm
It's
scared.
because they caused it. The public is getting more violent, so we have to get more violent.
yeah,
That's the military shit like that. That's all that
Yeah,
is. That's our government giving them tanks and weapons and all kinds of other bullshit they don't need. Do their fucking job as civil servants. They work for us, just like
yeah.
our government works for us. But
Since the phone camera, since
they
the
want to
phone
keep us
camera came
repressed.
out, and everybody's videotaping, and it's showing the true colors of the police, the true things that they do, because cameras don't lie.
yeah,
um, and then the public is seeing, wow, these cops are really treating us like this.
yeah.
It's time for us to fight back. That's why some bullets are flying at the cops.
And it makes me so sad that, almost every person in America, and I'm not going to say every, because poverty is real, but they have a way of filming. I mean, you have a camera on your phone, and almost everybody in America has a phone. Again, not all, because, but I'm saying, I mean, never ever, if everybody, every single time you saw a police officer in a stop or stopping somebody, film it. You could literally be saving a life, and I'm not even fucking around.
Exactly.
I mean, if every person, at any time they saw a cop pulling somebody over, or just stop, give 5 minutes of your time, because you literally could be saving somebody's life.
Absolutely.
And then one day somebody might pay you back by saving somebody you love's life.
Yep. And
Because if a cop sees a camera, they're going to go, oh, okay, I need to chill out a minute.
yep.
So,
This just got real, so I better do my job properly.
yeah. And can you imagine if everybody did that? I mean, it would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, the people like you and other people that do it, maybe it wouldn't be such a rare thing, because I didn't know shit about it until you started. I didn't know anything like that even was out there.
Right. And like Direct D, he actually, and the statement is true. He says the statement. If you cops didn't act like fucking idiots, I wouldn't have subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like I said, before you introduced me to I have no clue what the fuck that was.
Right.
And if everybody would make it more public, I absolutely believe it. There'd be less cops killing people.
Right. Well, like Salty, he's a security guard. His job is, I believe, more dangerous than a police officer's,
Right.
because he's limited on the
Yep.
protection that he can use for himself.
Exactly. I agree with you. Like I said, it's nothing to. If you're a cop, don't be proud.
Right.
Because being a cop to me is the most disgusting profession.
So if you
Yeah.
guys found out I was a cop, you would disown me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Get the fuck out of here. Goodbye.
Cop. I'm not even a cop, sucker, motherfucker. And you don't disown me?
So, goodbye, Froggy Man.
I would have just a few words, and that would be it, and then you would be banned from my channel.
You know, when I
No,
was
he wouldn't.
this is back in 2018, 2017, I wanted to be it from a I wanted to do it from a security guard perspective. All cops are bad. I never
Yeah.
got a chance because after I got beat up at the border, I was so disillusioned by it all. I'm like, how the fuck could I get beat up at the border and detained for 3 hours and beat on, and then hear these guys trying to bring up false
Right.
charges? I was trying to go to Mexico. I'm like, what the fuck? And then go through all that bullshit for months afterwards.
Yeah, like I said, nope. Don't be proud of that shit. Absolutely, don't be.
You know, shortly after I got beat up at the border, I was wearing my black security uniform in San Bernardino, and a cop came up behind me in a 7-Eleven, and I was still mad. A couple months later, I was still pissed off, and I wore the same uniform as a cop, black, but with different patches and meanings.
Yeah.
Cop tried to engage me in conversation. I basically told him to suck a bag of dicks.
Oh.
I put all my drinks and shit on the counter. I walked out and I gave him the finger. I said, "Fuck you, bitch." And then I got in my car, and then he comes walking out, and I'm streaming away to go to work. And he actually followed me to
Wow. Yeah,
ask me what my
because
call
yeah.
was.
Where
And I told him,
where can
"You're on private property." I said, "If you're not here for an official police investigation, you can leave."
they buy a bag of dicks?
Amazon, dicks.com.
Yeah, right.
.com.
There you go. Bagofdicks.com.
Amazon got everything, Miss Cobra.
Yeah, boy, they got, they got bag of dick, different colors and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Cobra, you wouldn't mind
To the
having a
police?
cop up here to talk to pick their brain.
I
If
absolutely
you
would.
guys want to
Yep.
send a message to the police, send them a dump truck full of dicks.
Yes, I would. I would absolutely love to talk to a real
Yeah.
cop on the channel, and I would probably be
Yeah.
civil up to
Yeah,
the point until I knew he was lying.
right.
Well,
I mean, I would ask them, why are they such cowards?
We have a lot of cop impersonators, like several people Betsy and I have dealt with.
Yeah,
have
we
one
won't
of
bring
them.
up here.
They back the blue line.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Line
actually
myself.
asked the cop, why do you guys act so fucking cowardly? And matter of fact, it was I actually had a long conversation with Officer Calderon.
Oh, wow.
Off camera. He told me that
Oh,
he
wow.
talked to me off camera. I had about a 35-minute conversation with him. And I asked him, why do you act like you're such a coward? And he said, it's like any other business. It's called officer safety. We have safety protocols that we have to follow. If we get hurt, the insurance company, he said, it's just just like on your job. It's a big problem. So we have to do things to be safe.
So in order to be safe, they're going to kill people.
Yes, and that's just it. That's how they get away with it, because of that officer safety.
Yeah, that's the only thing they have to say is they were in fear of their life, and that basically gives them they can kill
Okay, so
anybody.
I have a controversial topic. Okay, so you remember when Derek Chauvin and those 3 other cops got charged with killing George Floyd, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna say this. You guys can disagree, agree to disagree. You can tell me to fuck off, kick me off the panel, whatever. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this from an outsider's perspective. Obviously, the cops fucked up killing him, but did you know that George Floyd was not an upstanding citizen like everyone wants to believe? He was doing crime.
Oh yeah, that was brought out
Absolutely.
afterwards. Yeah,
He was an addict and everything. Yeah, yeah.
but that doesn't make his life less important.
Right.
And that doesn't make the murder less of a murder.
Yeah, I don't think he deserved to die for the crime that he was committing, but clearly the cops, after they had him down, they could have put him in a fucking cruiser. But they chose to do what they did, and it subsequently ended up killing the man. But the man he had drugs in his system. So you have to take that into consideration. So one of these cases, when you see the cops, like I sent Spitting Cobra a thing where some young kid was in his fucking bed at 2:30 in the morning, right? A black kid. And the cops served a fucking non-felony warrant, a misdemeanor warrant. And as soon as the kid started out of bed, cop shoots him. I'm like, the fuck, man?
Hey, Central Florida.
And
hey, how's it going, Becky?
Good.
Hey, Central Florida.
Hey, Central Florida. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I don't care what Floyd did. If he was a drug addict, if he was stoned, all the cop had to do was get off his fucking neck. Simple as. Nothing of the guy's past. Nothing. All the cop had to do was move his fucking foot, his knee.
But you know what the disconnect is between the police and the public? The police have an us, meaning us, the cops, versus the public. They have that stigma and that fucking chip on their shoulder all the time. You see it.
That's a freestanding army.
Yeah, when everyone films the police, they always get a fucking attitude, bro. Then they want to tell you to back up. They don't want to put up crime scene tape. They want to tell you how many feet you can stand away from them. And here's the worst part. If a cop ever goes to confront you in a consensual conversation or otherwise, they have the right to lie to your face.
Yeah.
But if we lie to the police, we get arrested.
Yeah.
Come on. It should go both ways. If they have the right to lie to us, we should have the right to lie to them. Equal treatment.
Yep.
That's not ever happening.
The sad part about well, never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, Central
go ahead.
Florida, he's in the I mean, I've got a saying, there's a right way, there's a wrong way, and there's a Florida way.
Yeah.
He's
right?
in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Have you ever audited with Big Nick Accountability, Central Florida?
No, I've reached out to him and he's never reached out back with me. So I mean, I don't typically go into government buildings or anything like that. My thing is the police here are bad enough as it is without having to go into the local buildings. I mean, the police here really, really, really need a lot of attention.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I agree.
Mountain View Cemetery back in the day when I was still, blind justice. I recorded a traffic stop on cemetery property while I was working, right? The fucking cop was a San Bernardino detective in blues, so he must have fucked up somehow. He was wearing a street cop uniform, right? This asshole had the fucking nerve to go to the cemetery afterwards and try to get me fired, saying that I was wrong.
Somebody's fucked up. Hold on, I'm gonna mute people and see. Hold on. No, that's not. It's not Cobra. Sorry. Oh, I think it's Florida.
No, it wasn't me. It was showing up as Cobra. It was the ring that shows up around your icon. It was
you muted him though.
It's once you muted him, it stopped getting crunchy.
All right, Cobra. We see you later. Get the fuck out of here. No, he had to go. He sent me a text message. So, but yeah, go ahead, you guys. Sorry, I just had to say goodbye to him.
Well,
I used to work private security in Cincinnati. It was the old Cincinnati Millicron factory off of Ridge Road in Norwood. and I worked third shift. The place was it had been abandoned since the late '90s. I mean, it was real run down. There was massive pits in the floors where they removed the milling machines, 15 to 20 feet drops into the floor, filled with water. They had no electricity in place, so you're walking around with a mag light. The owners of the property wouldn't pay the insurance, so we could be armed to go through here. And it was right next to it was right next to a really sketchy part of the town. I mean, there was the factory access road, the railroad tracks, and then a real sketchy neighborhood, literally like maybe 80 yards from where the factory was. You could hear gunshots going off all night, cops constantly over there. We would have people that were on drugs, homeless populations, that would break into the factory and use it as shelter. And they expected us to walk through there and confront these people.
Wow, somebody got a bird?
Yeah, that was my parrot.
Okay. But you know what a lot of people think, and I've thought this way too about security guards and police officers, that they basically went hand in hand. Now, this is just something that I thought of, growing up, and that they were basically holding each other's hands. So you have security guards that are also defending cops and vice versa. Now, I could be wrong, or I mean, the way of thinking might be fucked up, but and I don't know if anybody else thinks that way or thought that way, but that's what, I always thought that they went hand in hand.
Yeah, not in my case.
No.
I've never called the cops. I've had maybe a handful of run-ins with people that were bedding down in the facility, and I would approach them like a human being and let them know they couldn't be there, and I would ask them to leave, and I never had an issue.
Yeah, if you can avoid police at all costs, do it. Because, like I said, I mean, I unless I can't help it or unless there's a reason, no, I don't. Nope. And like I said, to me, especially nowadays, the profession of being a police is shit. It's a shit. I mean, it's something not to be proud of, because when I look at a police officer, the last thing I feel is respect. Nope, because they're just pussy, coward little. They're bullies that grew up to be a cop so they could bully other people. And if you read a lot of the stuff, it tells the police officers, when you come in contact with a person, always make them lower than you. That's why they put them on their sidewalks. Because if they have to look up at you, and in their minds, they're portraying you as somebody that has power over them.
Dominance tactic.
Yep, exactly. And that's just disgusting. If you have to try to control a person like that. I don't know about what you guys that do security, what training you guys have.
This just gave me a great idea for my next video.
Okay.
Back to blue.
All right.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. We'll keep that out of here though. But yeah, I mean, that's what I started reading and watching some things on, like you said, Central Florida tactics, like what the police use to try to have dominance over someone, to get them. And like Salty said, fucking cops are allowed to lie. So if they continuously are permitted to lie, then when does the truth start kicking in?
Yeah, that's the same thing. The same question I asked. If they're allowed to lie, then what makes anything they say in front of a judge or a court of law have any validity?
Or anything, if I'm a cop's wife and I say, hey, so how many people have you fucked? Not women, because when it comes to police, that's something they don't. Your sex doesn't matter. They fuck a man just as well they fuck a woman. So and it's like, so how many of them did you fuck today? And it's like, yeah, right. I mean, like I said, to me, a cop is the biggest lying piece of shit.
And I agree with that. They're up there with the politicians.
And if people say, well, there are good cops, yeah, there's maybe one good cop to every 1,000 bad cops.
No, with the police
No,
union,
there's-
with the police unions and the dirty cops, okay, let's say the
Yeah,
bad, they always overshadow or outshadow the good cops. If you're a
yeah.
good, you
And
cannot say anything about the bad cops you work with, because bottom line is, when it comes to backup, when you need backup, they will not provide backup. They'll let you sit there and roast.
there's a cop on here. Let me get let me see if I can find the link. Go ahead and talk. But it's just there's this cop on YouTube. He watches, the auditors and the cop watches videos, and he tells, he's like, for us, for the, your rights as an American, as
Right, but
citizens.
that
Let
cop,
me
I think
find it.
that cop, I think, is prop. I don't
It's
believe him.
it's like detective
I think
something.
he's a propaganda outlet for the police to try to make the police look better. Obviously, I
Yeah,
don't, because look, how many cops have come out and done the right thing and gone to social media and to the other cops, we
yeah.
need to tighten up,
Uh,
do things
well, I
right.
mean, look at that. What was it? The Virginia or West Virginia state trooper that just outed his entire department.
Yeah, but again, he's not going to find a job in law enforcement. He's
Oh
either
no,
going to
he
retire.
ended his career when he did that.
Yeah,
yeah,
But I guarantee they're going to come after him after it's all said and done. If it ain't directly the people that he outed in his own department, he's going to have thousands of other cops from local PDs, county, and
yeah.
state that's going to come after him.
he put a target on his back to do the right thing.
Yeah, it's just like that. If
Well, bottom,
the Florida highway patrolman here in Florida was a female patrol officer, state trooper. She had clocked a Miami-Dade PD officer a few years ago speeding down 95. He was doing 105 mile an hour, and she got him behind him and pulled him over. And she pulled him out of the car at gunpoint and arrested him. And when she did that, I don't think anything really happened to him as much as because they tried it in the Miami-Dade County, and they covered up a lot of it and let him off pretty much a slap on the wrist. But after that happened, she had to resign from her position and move completely out of the state because they were doxing her outside of her house. They were stalking her to the grocery stores, anywhere she went. They were harassing her constantly, and she had to leave the state because of it.
right?
Mm,
And now she's damaged goods to work
Oh
for
yeah,
him.
she had to completely leave law enforcement altogether, and she's got a target on her back no matter where she goes. If somebody ends up finding out about it because that video went viral,
Yep, I
so
remember that.
yeah,
people know about it
You know,
because
so
she did the right thing and held that officer to the standards everybody else is held to, and she is the highest form of police officer in the state. She is over the local and state. Oh well, over the
mm,
local and county because she's a state officer. And I mean, that just goes to prove that you do have the good ones, but they're weeding them out.
yeah. Damn it! I wish I
if
could
you
find his.
you get rid of the police unions, or you tamper down the police unions, and you don't give them absolute power, because absolute power is absolute corruption, get a handle on this. But until we do that, the people stand up against the police unions and take away the qualified immunity for the crimes to hold them. You have a
Yeah,
pandemic on your hands, and the good cops,
So
are
yeah,
going to be harassed by the police unions and the bad cops, just like that female Florida trooper.
yeah. I put it in over on YouTube side. It's the Detective Matt Thornton. I don't know, but he's like he's like he's what I would say is a good cop. And I absolutely believe that he would turn in a brother cop that's doing wrong. He's watched the cop watchers and the First Amendment auditors and agree with us. And, it's like, why are the cops messing with their constitutional rights? And the fact that probably, again, 9 out of 10 cops don't even know the Constitution or what they're supposed to be defending. So that guy's really, I like that guy. So
I mean, in my extended opinion, I mean, what everybody in the community is doing is making a hell of a change, and
yeah,
it's started a fireball effect. Um, but I mean, it's only going to go so far until we can actually get legislation passed to strip these judges, lawyers,
yeah.
and cops of all of their immunity. I say we banish police unions altogether, because the police unions only do one thing, and they're there to back the police.
I think
And
the
I mean,
police are the worst criminals there are. Some of the
yeah,
stuff they've done is sickening.
it's organized crime, and it's just
Yeah.
like Joey. It's just like Joey, Surreal Camera, and Ragamonkey down in Miami. They call the Miami Dade PD. They call all them the Mafia PD,
Well, and
because
the fact that it's disgusting, so I don't want to mention it on Cobra's channel, but the crimes they commit are just so foul and disgusting. And I
it
mean,
is.
it's worse than any of the criminals. I mean, some of the things that they committed against women and even children. Like I said, I don't want to say a whole lot because you say, but it's disgusting. So to me, cops are horrible criminals.
Well,
Ah, salty. All right.
Right. Well, take care, everybody. Thank you. Have a great
All
night.
right. Well, thanks for stopping in, salty. You have some great opinions,
I'll
so I
email you.
wish you could stay. But
Yeah, no, I got to go back to sleep. I don't feel
yeah,
that
I
great.
know.
You
I
guys
hope
later.
you
All
feel
right,
better,
you
bud.
got to work. So I agree. All right. Thank you. I have to figure out why I can't see that. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I'm sorry, but Cobra wanted to touch base about a lot of things, and that was just some of it.
No, I
So,
mean, I really do have a lot of respect for Cobra, for the simple fact that I've only been going maybe a year or two on my channel. Yeah, I don't have a lot of content on my channel. I work a
yeah,
lot, and my wife
yeah.
works a
So does
lot.
he. Yeah, you're in the same situation he is. So yeah,
I mean, me and my wife, we alternate our schedule, because she works 45 to 50 hours a week. I'm working anywhere between 40 to 60 hours a week. Plus, we're
yeah.
alternating back and forth with 6 kids that we homeschool.
Wow, you like I said, you have a lot. To, Cobra does it too. He gets up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and he has to go to bed at like 8. So he's not able to go out there at night, or he's not able to do what he really would like to do because one, he has a job.
Yeah.
You have to be able to support yourself, so you're not one of the homeless people out there. And
Yeah, and I mean, that's
yeah,
what irritates me so much about the trolls, and I shouldn't allow it to,
yeah,
but it really hits home and pisses me off when these troll channels get out there, and they're like, "Oh, well, you ain't got a job, and you're a loser." It's like, who the hell are
oh,
you
I
to call?
know,
It's
I
like, who are
know.
you calling a loser when you have no clue what we do?
Yeah, and it's like the very first thing that they'll say is get a job, get a real job. It's like, are you joking? And in my opinion, like I said, I can go by Cobra. I mean, he works more hours than they probably do because he's up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and most times you don't get home till 5 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, and then people that are saying all of that,
Yeah,
they're people that are sitting in their mother's basement or their
yeah,
grandparents' basement, mooching off of them. It's
yeah,
like, you do not work. You're spoiled. You think you're
yeah.
entitled, and that your feelings are more powerful than anybody else. It's like,
And
back
beside all of that, you guys are trying to make a change, trying to save people's lives, trying to save, people from being hemmed up the wrong way. And then I would just simply ask, what have they done for society other
they've
than
done,
sit there and call people names?
they've done nothing for society but
Hmm.
dumb it down.
Yeah.
They've drained society. They grew up in an era where the government had got to a point where it's drawn too much power,
Yeah.
and their parents were afraid to do the right thing and discipline them. You spare the rod, you spoil the child.
Yeah.
My kids, I don't give a shit. I've had people call children's services on me in the past. They've showed up and be like, okay, there's nothing wrong here. They're like, well, how? And they question me like, how do you discipline your kids? Well, you know what? I put my hand across their ass when they get out of line. The same way it happened growing up.
Yeah,
You got
the
you
people.
got to teach them their consequences to their actions.
Yeah, and exactly, you got people sitting there. They have the freedoms to say all of that. They have the freedoms to do all of that because they have allowed other people to fight for their freedoms and has put nothing into it other than sitting there wanting to harass people, call people foul names, and cause havoc.
Well, that's what ignorance boils down to. Ignorance boils down to not having a valid argument with somebody and being able to have what we would call an adult conversation, and be able to agree to disagree. So once they get pointed out by facts, they turn around and they want to resort to name calling because they have nothing else that they can contribute to it.
Yeah, so next time they ask you what you're doing, you just simply tell them you're fighting for their rights to sit there and ask you what you're doing.
Yeah, I got into an argument with he claimed to be a veteran on one of my videos. He come out of the store and just started running his mouth, and it was the most awesome thing that I'd ever seen. I had at least 6 other patrons that were coming out of the store while I was recording that came to my defense and told the guy, that's pretty pathetic if you're a veteran, that you're causing problems with somebody that's trying to hold somebody accountable and somebody that's expressing their freedoms, for you to turn around and try to stomp on that. Yeah,
because like I said, I didn't know anything about cop watching. I didn't know what the fuck is a cop watch. So, because Cobra called me, hey, I want to know if you'll come help me. And it's like, well, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So he gave me channel names to go watch the videos, and then, let me know. So I binge watched hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And it made me so fucking angry. I was so angry. I'm like, why am I so fucking angry? But then it's like I didn't even. This was the farthest thing from my mind. I never knew about any of this. This was like a foreign thing for me. And then it's like, I'll help you. So he concentrated on the videos while I did everything, But
it was the same thing with me. It was a foreign concept to me.
Yeah.
I'd never seen anybody, outside of somebody that really did commit a crime, cuss at the cops and I wish it was more public. I wish what pisses me off, and the news outlets, how many fantastic stories they have if they pay the fuck attention and post newsworthy stories like a lot of these videos. Excuse me. It pisses me off that they don't. It's the drama that they're looking for, because the drama gets the ratings, and that's all they care about. They're like,
you said it right there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's your channel. You're trying to build your channel for the point of making it more aware, like getting out there, because you have went through it and I went through, like, what the fuck is this all about? So you're trying to get that out there, so the next me or you don't have to sit there and be shocked because you'd never heard of anything like this. So
there was one of my videos. I went to my wife's work, which is maybe a quarter mile away from where I live.
Yeah.
And I just noticed there was 2 cruisers sitting in the public easement right in front of her work, and there was no officers in them. They were there by themselves.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking that maybe they went into the vacant lots, where the wooded lots, because the homeless people down here, they'll go into these empty vacant lots that are wooded.
Yeah.
And they'll set up small camps. So I thought that maybe they were back there dealing with a homeless person. So I'm looking around trying to figure out where they're at. And somebody from the neighborhood had told me, he's like, yeah, right around the corner here, he's like, there's 8 or 9 cops with rifles and shotguns out and they've got the street blocked off, and they're telling people they can't go through, and they're afraid to approach this house. I was like, where at? And I went down and started recording it, and
Yeah.
there was, I'm wanting to say there's probably like 7 or 8 cops out there, had AR-15s out, no
Oh,
pistols,
wow.
on a 80-year-old woman
Oh my God. Yeah. I
because
mean, Jesus.
her son had a warrant
Oh.
and
Oh my
skipped
God.
out on it. So
You
they
know.
come and pull her from her house. They were afraid to
Wow.
walk up and knock on the door and ask if he was home.
And
They
that's
just
just it.
decided
They
to
were
swarm.
afraid. You don't
Yeah,
need to be a cop.
they surrounded her house, scared the
Wow.
living shit out of this lady.
You know, and I see that you trying to put in a lot of work to build your channel because because I know Cobra. I made Cobra monetize. I'm like, listen, you need to monetize, and you use every bit of that money for like your automobile repairs, for tires, for gas, for lawyer fees, because he needed it. He needed all of that.
Yeah,
So I'm like, because he didn't want to do any of that. He goes, I'm not in it for that. I'm like, I know you're not, but you know, it'd be a good way to keep the ability to do that, because if you start putting in your hard-earned money, you know, you're gonna lose a lot. So
yeah,
I
and I
finally
mean,
talked him into it. Got to sit up, and you know, it's hard growing your channel because, and what you said just a few minutes ago is why, because the people, they want drama. They want to see you on the ground arrested. They want to see the cops fuck with you, and vice versa. And I mean, and I'm sorry, you know, what Cobra did, you know, he didn't do it for, you know, the clicks and views. He did it because the cops pissed him off. But I'm saying, and that's why I say you need to make it home. You
and that's,
can't, because you got a family, and
I mean, that's the same reason why I got started doing it, because I got pissed off
yep.
about the cops fucking with
He
people.
wanted to make a change. That's all Cobra wants to do, is make a change so people don't have to go through that. But then, like I said, like I keep saying it, people here want drama, and that, you know, and that'll get your channel. But you can't, like Cobra, he can't afford to be put on the ground every fucking video. He can't risk his future and his family's future just to make somebody in his stream happy by the fact that he's being, you know, handled. He's being thrown to the ground. He's being arrested. I mean, yeah, sure, yeah, you can build your channel that way off of the drama, but that's what you're trying to prevent, is the cop the drama of the police shooting people, you know.
Exactly. I mean, with me, I could care less about
Yeah,
how big my channel really gets,
yeah,
because it's not about that.
yeah,
It's about letting these cops know that there is an eye on them at all time.
exactly. And, you know, Cobra, he built his channel really slow. It took him a while, but I mean, and his point wasn't, that's more for me. His point was, that's more people that can see this and understand and see the cops do wrong. And that was his whole point, is to bring more attention to the police.
And I mean, I'm not into all the narration and I mean stuff
That'll
like
be
that.
good.
I mean, I'm not in all the narrations and things like that. I mean, as far as
Hey,
walking around narrating my videos and such, and just continually
yeah,
talking, I'm more about keeping the background noise as quiet as possible, so that way I
yeah,
can pick up the audio and the video from
yeah.
what these cops are doing. Because I mean, a lot of the narration, if you're speaking directly, you got your camera in front of you, it's going to drown out a lot of
Yeah,
the
and you can't hear
small.
the cops. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
it's
be
going
good. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
to
Hey,
howdy.
You guys seem to be talking about something that I'm passionate about.
oh yeah, yep.
I
That's
wish
You
more
know,
good.
people
live.
were.
Yeah, actually,
Oh no, cops are dirty. They're all bad. None of them are good. The reason I say that is because the good ones will see the bad ones violate someone's rights or
exactly.
rub something under the carpet or cover for them, and that makes them just as bad. You know,
Yeah,
so
and that's
and
what I say all the time. If they stand there and watch it and don't do anything, then they're just the same.
They're guilty by association.
Uh-huh.
Just like Central Florida police accountability. That's the key word, is accountability. You know,
Yeah.
they take no accountability. They take no responsibility. You know, getting rid of qualified immunity is important because they're going to act a little different. You know, we're walking
Yep.
around with our cameras, you know, shoving the cameras in their face, making them act a little different. You know what I mean? So really, it begins with us. It begins with the people who, you know, are sheep. You know, they're trained in public schools to obey officers and do what they tell you, but yet they don't tell you about your rights and freedoms. You know, so I think that's where it's got to start.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with you 100% on that. I mean, that what people are out there doing right now, as far as recording the police, cop watching, stuff like that, going into these public buildings and pushing the envelope, letting these people know that they don't have absolute authority, that we are the authority over them until we commit a crime. But it's going to take more than that. We're going to have to get this community to a point where it is so strong that they won't have any other option but to end
Gotta get
qualified
them
immunity.
angry, because I know this made me angry. When Cobra said, "Here, watch these channels, watch their videos, and it'll help you understand what I want to do." Well, it made me fucking angry. I mean, I'm like, Cobra. I didn't say Cobra. I said his real name. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with the anger now? Because watching them videos, watching them cops treat people like garbage, watching the cops treat people like I'm above everybody, you will obey me. And they use that word, obey. I'm giving you orders. You will do what I order you to do. The fuck? So I'm like,
I'm not in the
yeah.
military. Your orders mean nothing to me.
It made me fucking angry. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the anger.
Well, like you
That-
said, ordering them around, people are used to just do what you're told, right?
Yeah.
They don't realize, hey, I don't have to do what you say. You know, what's reasonable articulable suspicion? They don't know this stuff, you know. So educating people as much as you can, that's really the only way we can change things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But and I don't know why. I don't know why people annoy me as well. Why, you have some trolls that just, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking about. But I don't understand why there's not a lot more people. But then again, I didn't know anything about this subject. So I think the more you get out there, the more you know. But like I said, when I come to YouTube, I watch stupid. They're not stupid. I love them still. Kitty fucking videos. I never watched anything like this. To me, YouTube was just for entertainment. Nothing. I never went into that side of YouTube until my brother, and sometimes I want to smack him for that.
Yeah,
But then I learned so much, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know you can do that. I didn't know you can do that. I mean, it also taught me a lot. So thank you, all of you, for doing that. You risk a lot.
I'm the same way. I was the same as you 5 years ago. I was ignorant to the fact that any of this stuff was going on. I mean, it's not so much as about the police brutality part of it and how the crooked the cops are, but I mean, as far as like these people being out there doing it. And I was just scrolling through Facebook one day and ended up coming across High Desert Community Watch, and I just told me to click on the video. And from there, it just snowballed. And then every auditor that I came across or cop watcher, I just started subscribing and started looking more and more into it, watching videos.
Are you an auditor or cop watcher? Be good.
It's kind of a long story. I will say I'm a cop watcher. I decided I didn't want to audit. I didn't want to force an interaction. I just want to walk up on one. You know?
Yeah, that's what I told. To be honest, that's what I told Cobra. Listen, I don't think you should be an auditor in any way, but definitely I understand the cop watching. But yeah, I mean the auditing takes. I don't know. That's a bit more. Yeah.
You gotta be a legal acrobat for that. I mean, you really gotta. I mean, seriously. I mean, you really have to dig into local and state laws, federal laws, depending on the type of building you're going into. And I mean, I commend the guys that do that, especially like with Rogue
Yeah,
Nation.
there you go.
I watch Rogue Nation a lot, and I mean, John Felix, he really puts a good perspective on things. And I mean, Rogue more than anybody, he really lays out what the law aspect of it is. And I mean, I like watching James Madison audits as well, because the fact that he used to be a police officer and he's seen the corruption and left it, and he can give you a point of view that nobody else can, because he has that Leo background. So he
that's
knows
what
the little
the trolls piss me off, because they need to be thanking. I thank you guys, because you do things that not everybody is capable of doing or have the balls to do. So when I see fucking trolls in there being dumbasses, it's to me it makes them look like dumbasses. And you got like there's not enough thank yous, because you not only do you risk your freedom, but people, they don't realize you also risk your lives, because every time you see a cop shooting, it's usually over bullshit, like the one that got shot in his fucking bed over a misdemeanor warrant. I mean, just stupid shit. And you know how many times I've watched videos and the cops are saying, "What's in your hands? What's in your hands?" Because they're itchy to fucking shoot your ass, and it's like, it's a camera, you dumb fuck.
Yeah,
So people don't realize.
There's been multiple videos that, I mean, I'm agreeing with you on that. There's been a lot of videos over the last year or so that I've seen from other channels that the cops, "What's in your hand? What's in your hands?" And these people have their hands up, or their hands are stretched out to the sides. You could clearly see there's nothing in their hand.
Yep.
And then you got these cops have their pistols out, like there's 12 cops out there and they're scared of one person. What are you so afraid?
That's their training. They're trained that they are the most important. They are supposed to go home every night, so they're going to shoot whoever they can to get home. And, you know, when they're arresting somebody who's not resisting, they're just going to yell, "Stop resisting! Stop resisting!" because they're getting it on camera. They're trained to do all those things.
I hate when they do that.
To cover themselves, right? So that's the problem. Is you know, I said in the chat, you know, we need a reset. You know, I did some history. You know, we've had quite a few resets with our police departments, and it was just so much corruption. You know what I mean? So trying to get rid of, you know, the corruption, you just have to get rid of all of it and start over again.
I mean, that needs to start from the top down. I mean, we really need to reset the entire government. I mean, and I'm not being a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but there's so much evidence of corruption from the highest seat in our government all the way down. And if you really go by the Constitution itself, I would say probably 85 to 90% of them have committed acts of treason that would have gotten them hanged if this was the late 1700s to early 1800s.
Yep.
All people would have went and arrested them. They would have tried them, and that would have been the result of it, because it says in the Constitution that the punishment for treason is being hung.
Well, I can tell you one thing. When I look at a cop, I don't see brave. I don't see bravery. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've watched too many bad videos. Yeah, I just... to me, when I see a cop, I just feel disgust. I'm sorry.
I think coward when I see them.
Yeah.
They just everything that's going on. There's no way around it. The evidence doesn't lie.
Yeah.
You saw the Uvalde shooting. Those cops sat out there for over an hour, not going in. This dude's killing all those kids, and they finally got enough muster to get in there. You know.
And then they arrest parents that were trying to run past them. They were blocking the families off. If you're not going to save my kids, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do whatever's necessary, and that's turning a 5-ton vehicle into a missile to break through to get to my kid. You're not going to stop me. You're going to have to kill me to get to my kid. That's why I pulled my kids from public schools, and I refuse to put them back in public schools. I don't fund the public schools. I don't support the public schools. I vote against it anytime there's any local voting that goes raising school monetary stuff for schools, anything like that. I vote it all down. Why should you get more of my money when you have done nothing but fail you don't deserve it.
Yeah, it's
I can
scary.
tell you the new law that they just passed here in Florida, the constitutional carry, like, hey, thanks for giving me
It's
more of
not
my rights back.
constitutional.
Regardless of of that, needing a license, it's the Guardian program, which I felt was a in the right direction, of
I thought
educating
you
and
guys,
paying.
I thought you guys in Florida was only supposed to have a gun if you go fishing. I don't know, some shit like that.
No, that's
No,
790.25. You can open
Oh,
carry while you're fishing, but no, they just passed the law, or it'll be signed on the 1st. It's going to allow teachers to carry in schools. They can train
oh
for it.
yes, I heard
So
about
so now
that.
schools, at least in Florida,
Uh,
schools are no longer going to be gun-free zones. So hopefully that will deter idiots and crazies from going there
I know,
thinking
but
they can
having a
just
gun and shooting one, I don't know if I want to rely on a teacher.
well,
I don't
they're
know.
gonna
Having one, yeah,
they're not just going to hand them a gun and say, here you go. I mean, they have to go through like 140 plus hours of training, and that's if they want to. They don't have to.
yeah.
So it's a
Oh,
volunteer
okay.
program, but it's a move in the right direction. And I have one child or two children. Actually, one's graduating this year. I have one more in high school left. The other two have already gone off to the
Oh
military. But
wow. Yeah.
so I'm past this. I didn't really have to put up much with school shootings,
Yeah,
but
mine are grown as
know,
well, so
mm,
yeah.
but I educate them. My son, he's the youngest. He's a social kid. He's out all the time, and he's had some
Yeah.
run-ins with the police. And I'm like, hey, well, did you film it? Why'd you even talk to them? So
Yeah.
and it's just educating them. I wish I this is recent in the past couple of years for me, but I wish I could have done this. So now in their 20s, they'd be a little more educated. Like, don't talk to the cop. Keep your mouth shut. You know what I mean? Just you
Make
have
a
rights.
good
Know your rights.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah,
Make
Yeah,
I
don't
them
get.
learned, like I
good
said, I
job.
learned a lot from you guys. I mean,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's absolutely. I was sitting there watching the videos. I'm like, oh fuck, you can do that. Oh shit. I always thought that you weren't even allowed to cuss at a cop.
Oh man. So my mom just turned 70, and I showed her some videos. Like the one that really caught me was years ago was James Freeman when he was in the parking lot talking to Officer Jardine, detective, and you shut the fuck up and you get back to work. And she's like, "Oh my God, you can't talk to
I
cops
know
like
that's
that."
it.
And I'm like, "Yeah, you can. Like you could. It's the
I'm
First
not that
Amendment. You can
old,
say we're
but yeah,
yeah."
No, I mean
I
that
believed
proves
along that. Yeah.
that proves how long the indoctrination's been going on for, though. If you really think about it, that just that reaction alone proves that the indoctrination's been going on since World War II.
Yeah, then you have the smart asses in here saying, you only cop watch because you were a criminal and you don't like the police. It's like, you stupid.
Yeah,
What's
that's
that saying? Back
that's
to
hilarious. They say that stuff, and they
Yeah.
like that. There's trolls that try to do that stuff to Joey and
Hello,
to
every
a
camera.
few of the other guys, and I've had them say it to me, and I'm like, "You're an idiot." I was like, "I
Right.
have no criminal record whatsoever. I have
Yep.
no record on my driving, anything, and I'm out here doing it, and it pisses the cops off because they have nothing." They can't go off and say, "Oh, well, you've got a history of run-ins. You're just pissed off at the cops because you were a criminal." No, I'm not a criminal. You're the fucking criminal.
Yeah, and at this point, I don't give a shit because I think, like I said, everybody needs to film cops. Everybody. If
Yep.
you have a camera, that's it. That should be the only qualification is to have a camera.
All of
film.
my kids have camera phones, and my daughters, when they're out with me, they already know when they see a cop. They're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that cop can't do that. That cop
It's like,
can't do
fuck
that
it if you've
like
been
that." And
arrested or you. Yeah.
they'll start pulling their cameras out and recording. They don't care.
Yeah.
So funny story. Watching that live PD. I was watching it with the wife the other night, and she put it on, and she knows how I feel about things. I'm like, oh, this would be interesting. And I'm like, look at they're violating his rights there. They can't do that. Look at this, and they all think it's, oh yeah, hey, we can do this, But if you don't know any better, you allow it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you're
ignorance. Yeah. And I didn't know
Yeah.
that if you're a passenger in a car that you don't have to ID.
Yeah.
I'm not everywhere, but it's definitely
Well,
where
it's like you guys were talking about earlier, about the cops are, it's not it's legal for them to lie to you, right?
yeah,
So, you know what I mean? They can say whatever they want, and if you want to believe
yeah,
them and surrender your rights, then do that. But the best thing really is just shut your mouth. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. If you, yeah, and I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know that.
And
Yeah,
quite
but when
honestly,
I see them cursing at the cops, I'm like, oh my god.
mhm. I thought I was going to be an auditor. I watched, videos for a few years. I was like, you know what? I'm fed up with this. I was so angry. Like, I want to do
Yeah,
something. I need to be a part of helping
yep,
something. And then so I'm looking into it. I'm like, all right, well, if I want to do that, then I need to learn what my rights, my legal rights and lawful rights, what's true and right, stuff like that. And, then learning how to express those rights, where I can do it, poster 7, going into the county building,
yeah,
even going through the metal detector, that's a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights to go through metal detector and emptying your pockets, so, trying to make a fuss with that. And so basically I went down a huge rabbit hole and I ended up not wanting to be like Amagansett Press or Long Island Audit, where I'm forcing, regular civilians and citizens to, call the cops and then spit out how smart I am with the laws. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to do that. To me, that didn't seem right. Other people can do it. That's great. It's fine. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so if I'm going to go out here and do this and I can't talk my way out of it and they arrest me, now I got to figure out how to get out, how to do a, countersuit,
mm,
how to, go to court proceedings. So it's just this long rabbit
yeah,
hole. So,
And a
but
Rogue Nation, he actually has videos on his channel where he teaches you how to do a 1983 civil rights lawsuit.
oh
He
yeah.
walks he walks you through the process of how to get the paperwork, fill it out, how to fill it out, and how to file it. And I've watched a few of his live streams where he's partially
yeah.
went through it, explaining it. So I
I
mean,
mean, people can learn a lot from guys like you. I mean,
Mhm.
and this is coming from somebody who knew zero. And so when you have people in the chat just trying to degrade you guys, that makes me angry because I mean they're sitting back allowing you guys to risk everything for their fucking ass. And they can't even be appreciative.
Back
and
to
I,
blue until
That
it
makes
happens
me
to you.
angry.
and I'm going to say something that sounds kind of weird, but there's been a whole lot of talk that I've been seeing lately about there's such a divide between police officers and civilians, but nobody ever mentions the fact that look at the gap and the divide between us civilians.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's such a gap right now in our country and such a divide between us civilians that if we could figure out how to bridge that gap and come together, we could make the change relatively quickly. Within a few years, we could have significant change to where it would make these police like, oh crap, and these government officials like, oh crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
police have too much power in my opinion.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, even if it's imaginary, they still, they have it. They make people are afraid. I mean,
Well,
you
the sad
see,
part is they have no power. They have none.
yeah,
We think they do, but they literally do
and
not
that's
have any
exactly
power.
it. If you see, like, I notice cop watchers when they go on a watch and they're standing there and they're filming, and you have their police, did a traffic stop, and you have that person sitting on the fucking sidewalk. So that fucking person in their naive fucking mind, which would probably be me, but no, I don't suck ass. But and they're sitting there and they're literally sucking the ass of the cop.
They're
They're
huffing and
saying, "What you fucking filming for? Get out of here!" They're trying to do their job, and it's
they got
like,
their
just keep talking. You're gonna end yourself talking yourself right to fucking jail.
Deep,
yep, they
deep
got their
throat in
head
the
up.
whole boot.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got their heads up the cop's ass so they can smell what they have for
yeah,
dinner.
because they think if they suck hard enough, they won't get in trouble.
No, that's just fodder for the cops to build a
Yeah.
case against them, and people
Yeah,
don't
and
understand.
the
I mean,
cops already know before they even get out of the car what they're going to do.
oh yeah, they're going to
You
find
know,
any little thing
yeah,
they can do to turn it against you.
yep. And them kind of cop watches, it just first it makes me laugh, but then it starts getting me a little bit angry because they're the more they degrade the cop watcher, they think the less is going to happen to them. And then at the end, you see the cop either arrest them, tow their vehicle, and give them a ticket, or all three.
They steal their vehicle and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can go hike home now."
Yeah, and it's like, I hope he swallowed that every bit of the way.
You know what the most amazing part is a lot of videos we watch is someone's gone and paid, done the FOIA request, got the body cam footage, got the vehicle footage, and here these cops are blatantly knowing that they're being recorded by themselves, violating people's rights, breaking laws, committing crimes, and they don't care. You know what I mean? They really don't care.
They don't.
Because they have qualified immunity. I mean, you really have to know your shit to get qualified immunity thrown out so you can, litigate them and take it to federal court. That's really where you need to do it. That's where changes get made. Is leaving state,
And I always, and this is just my little pet peeve. I'm like, file a complaint. I don't give a fuck if it's not going to matter. If it's just file a complaint. Paperwork is it's paper trail. It'll end up in this folder, in the dude's folder, and whether it's sometime later on, it's going to be looked at. Because Cobra has filed quite a few, and he's had quite a few that were substantial, that was found on his favor.
Yeah, why do you think the cops, the dirty departments, fight so hard to try to deter you from doing the complaint? They try to use intimidation tactics and everything like that. And I mean, it's like that right there in and of itself should tell you how bad it truly is when you have a department where you've got sergeants and lieutenants and stuff coming out, and they're trying to intimidate you out of the parking lot, out of the buildings and stuff, so you don't file the complaint.
Or they'll ask you who's the complaint on, and you see the cop watcher saying it's none of your business.
Yep.
So I mean, and I'm like, do it. So Cobra's always done it. He's always, hello, Lone Wolf, Jose. And so and I'm like, do it, because a paper trail is a paper trail. Because you never know, later on down the line, something might happen, and them reports might pop up, and it might go against the cop. Never know. I mean, it's just something I believe in, that I push Cobra to do all the time.
That's what's great about the YouTube community, at least with auditors. You get to repetitiously see, I want your supervisor, I have Fifth Amendment rights, Fourth Amendment rights, and learning and seeing people putting that to actual work, helps people in a situation that you may never be in. I speed. I don't use my turn signals. I try to get pulled over. I really do, honestly. Like I have 3 cameras in my truck. I'm just waiting, to have my my interactions, but I can't get them to pull me over.
Hey, Nunya, your name says it all. None of your damn business.
Knowing how to deal with them is so important. So watch as many videos as you can. There's thousands of hours.
And I'm not ashamed at all to admit that I learned a lot from you guys. Not in a bit. I feel a lick of shame knowing that at my age I should have known it, but I never paid attention. And that's bad on my part. And that's how a lot of people are. They never thought about it. It never crossed their mind. That's what I'm saying. The more people that can watch these damn videos, I'm telling you, it's going to make them stop and think, because it did me. I mean, I went from zero opinion. I didn't have an opinion either way, but, I thought, hey, you can't just stand there and tell a cop to go fuck off. I mean, just so much things that I didn't know you were capable of doing and what you should do. So, I wish more and more people could watch.
I'm open to anything that I can learn. If there's somebody out there, it doesn't matter how big or small your channel is, you have information that is going to make me more knowledgeable, and it's going to help me in the long run outside the whole YouTube thing. I'm down to listen to whatever. I mean, my grandmother always told me, keep your mouth shut and listen. As far as if there's somebody that has knowledge, it's good to shut up sometimes and just sit and listen. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning every day. There's people out there like, and I love supporting the community by going and, and subscribing to these other channels. There's a few different channels
Yeah.
that started out here within the last few weeks that were
Yeah.
way smaller than mine. And within a week, they had a video go viral and they exploded.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've got
But a
a few
lot of
thousand.
times the video that goes viral is one that's done the most damage to you. Like
Yeah.
either, you know, you got arrested or you got thrown to the ground, you got treated bad, you got injured. I mean, drama always sells, but sometimes it's not, you know, it's not about the drama. And some of the cop watchers, not all, they're in it for that and for the money. It's like with any profession, like anything. But to me, this has all been a learning thing, and I still learn. And I was going to say something what Cobra, like I said, every view counts because you never know whose opinion you might change. And
I'm a
I'm
lot.
not going to be ashamed to say how much I've learned from you guys. Nope.
I mean, I agree with the way that Be Good, the comment he made earlier about that. I'm not real big into the people that push the envelope
Yeah.
and spew off all kinds of crap and just try, you know what I mean, good for them, you know what I mean, that's their right to do so. I respect their opinion and how they do their things.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would rather be the type of person that's going to be quiet. I'm going to sit back and I'm
Yeah.
going to watch.
Well, yeah, each one has their own style. And I definitely I never judge that style because, like I said, sometimes if you don't make it home and you end up spending a few days or even a week or so in jail, you could lose everything. You can lose your job. I mean, and some people they can't because I don't know how many people are, but you might be just a few paychecks away from being homeless. There's own auditor. He's doing good. He's got a lot, you know, he's been working hard and got a lot of private stuff going on, but he's doing good. He was here earlier.
Yeah,
But
you got to have your shit together. You know,
yeah,
if you're gonna put yourself and you know, take one for the team as they call it, you know,
yeah.
and go all the way. You know,
Yeah.
you got to have
Yep.
you know a plan. You know, you got to have a plan.
Yep.
You know, I saw one auditor. I think it was. You know what? I'm not going to say his name, but he was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
a video, a YouTube live stream on a fundraiser because he got arrested for misdemeanor of
Yeah.
trespass or breach of peace or something. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
a misdemeanor, dude. You can't fight a misdemeanor. You don't know
No.
that you haven't studied the law enough in your state where you're at to get out of it. You have it all on video. You weren't trespassing. You weren't on private property. They falsely, you know, arrested you. Now you can find a civil
Yeah.
case, but it was so
Yeah.
I felt so embarrassed for him. You know what I mean?
And
Because he couldn't
yeah,
get out of a simple misdemeanor. Like, come
some
on.
places are and I, like again, I don't want to name the places, but they're literally in cahoots with the judges and stuff to set an example. Some places want to set an example that if you're in, you know, if you cop watching, you're fucking with the cops. That misdemeanor, the one that can lead you in jail for a year, because that's what you can get on a misdemeanor. They want to enforce that to where, and I don't know a lot of cop watchers and stuff that can afford a year with no pay. You know, you got your home that's halfway paid for. You know, yeah, I know our rights are important and people have died for them, but you know, you know your limits, and to go that far to your limits, I still have so much respect because you know there's a limit and you know it. Hey, I can't do that, but you still have fought, and that's what I'm trying to get across to people. Because that person might have a limit, it doesn't lessen what they've done and what they've contributed it to this community. And through us, you know, we still got the message out. And I will never degrade a person for knowing their limits. I'm sorry, I won't. Especially people that have children, you know.
Yeah,
And that's what this
mine.
community is, the community. the word community, that you know your limits. Somebody else might be able to go a little bit farther, and then somebody else might be able to go a little bit farther. That's what the community means, and I think that each helps. One helps the other. That helps the other.
It's a building block and the steps to a right
It's all right,
direction.
Nunya. I just thought I liked your name, so I thought I would use it to fuck with you. It's okay. I wasn't being mean.
I mean, but isn't that really the whole point of this, is to be able to educate the next person that
Yeah,
precedes us,
yeah,
our predecessors, to have passed it to us, and the people that come after us,
yeah,
we're passing that knowledge and information on to them, whatever little bit we know,
yeah,
and then it helps build them up, and then maybe they can pass more on to the next
yeah.
person, try to put us back in the right
Exactly.
direction.
Yeah, and I think that's the word. That's what the word community means. Is you come together and say, "Listen, I got your back. I can do a little bit more," and then the next person, might, "I got your back." To me, I mean, that's what the community stands for: is to
Yeah,
help each other, to get more of a message across, and to help one another. And Nanja, like I said, I just liked your name, so I thought I would use it. But he's doing all right, and he's not filming much anywhere. He's got so much going on right now. I'm not even gonna get into
Well,
his personal stuff.
I'll go ahead and give you something that I just recently did. I'm a veteran, no big deal. I'm not trying to push that,
Always a
but
big deal.
hell yeah,
so
it is.
in
Thank
the state
you.
of Florida, I appreciate that. In the state of Florida, for free, you can hand in your DD 214, and they'll put the tag on your license. So I'll kind of show you and see. So see, it
Oh,
says veteran,
cool,
right? So they do
cool.
it for free. So once you start getting into your rights and your freedoms, you start getting the uniform commercial code, which is a big part of our rights and freedoms. There's a lot of good
Yeah,
information in there. There's a section. It's called UCC 1-308, and basically, to sum it down, you reserve your rights when you sign without prejudice, UCC 1-308. So you reserve your rights that no matter if you don't know if the government's trying to trick you, which is mostly like what they do. So I
well,
use that loophole to take my
yeah,
license in and sign my name without prejudice, UCC 1-308. So basically what that means is any ticket that I get from here on out, because it's literally documented on my card, you know, same
cool.
like if you don't take a sobriety test, you can lose your license, yada yada yada. So
Yeah,
basically sidestep, and I basically am reserving my rights as not only just the Constitution but all the way back down to the Magna Carta, for free
there you go.
travel, all that good stuff. So look into that in your state wherever you're from,
Yeah,
and you can do that. I fortunately didn't have to pay for it. I got a free
ow, ow.
signing, so now it's documented. So
Yeah.
it's really a big deal.
See, like
I
I
would
said, we just continuously learn from one another, and it's so great. It's
I
so
would
great.
definitely like to pick your brain a little bit more, be good about
There
stuff
you
like that.
go.
I definitely would, because I mean, I've been watching a lot of the newer videos that's been coming along where people has been pushing that envelope about the freedom to travel. I didn't know that was possible until about a year ago, and I started looking into it. And I was like, holy shit! I was like, all this time they've been not only with our Second Amendment stealing our right from us and selling it back to us, and they turn around and now the whole thing with the traveling, and it's the verbiage behind it. It's the verbiage that you use behind it. It's like,
Yeah.
are you fucking kidding me? I've been paying all this money all these years for something that I am lawfully allowed to do.
Well, its verbiage is correct. That's one thing to learn, especially if you're getting pulled over. You're not a driver.
I'm a
You're a traveler. You're traveling from point A to point B. And the Constitution doesn't give us rights. Just so you guys
Hold on,
understand, once you start digging, it basically solidifies that we have God-given rights, whether you believe in God or not. Common law, God's law. It's a right to travel. It's a right to go from A to B. And there's plenty of case law you can look up that clearly shows that it's unconstitutional for the government to charge you a license fee for a right, not a privilege. So driver's licenses, tags, weapons cards, fishing licenses, a lot of things go into it. So basically, once you look into all of that, you're looking at jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is most important. If you can remove yourself from the corporate jurisdiction of the United States corporate, you literally will never get another ticket again. You don't have to have tags, but it is a lot of homework. So I am not even anywhere near close to where I need to be, but that's my goal, is to become basically what's called being unslaved, no taxes, no licenses, no nothing, none of that. I want to be a free man of the land. So it's a lot of work, though.
I would love to do that. I mean, I grew up on a farm, and the freedom that we had out there, the county sheriffs wouldn't even come out and do anything. And it's like, and the sense of community, what Betsy was talking about, the sense of community, what it meant to her is
Yay, Joe.
it hit the nail on the head. That's
Yeah.
the same way I feel about the community. Is supposed to come together and have each other's back.
Hey, Jason. Hey, Joe. Oh, wow. So cool seeing you in here. Sorry, guys. This is my nephew.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, Cobra's back. Cobra. I got your account, motherfucker. I'm on your account.
Yeah, but I definitely would like to pick your brain a little bit more on some of that stuff and absorb some of the knowledge, and then, or just hints on where I could go to find this.
Hey, Jason.
Hi, Betsy. It's been a
Hey.
minute. Good to
See,
you
I'm so
all.
glad you two could come together. That's what I love stuff like this. I really do.
What's up, brother?
I love meeting new
How's it
people on the same mindset.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Hey, be good if you don't mind me asking, what branch of the military do you serve in?
Oh, hold on.
You're pointing at the movie.
I can't see the background, brother.
I was in the
Is that
Marine
Blues
Corps.
Brothers?
Hey, Semper Fi, my brother's a Marine. Got a lot of respect for you devil dogs. Some crazy sons of bitches.
Yeah, I was on another panel. The guy was in the Army talking about how he came into formation all drunk, and he got in trouble. And I'm like, man, our corpsmen, we come in drunk, they just stick an IV in us, and freaking 5 minutes, we're freaking sober, ready to go. Freaking, it was kind of funny. I remember those old days, man. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm an old man now compared to that, but.
I just jumped up to say what's up, Betsy. It's been a minute since I've seen you. The rest of you, good to see you. I just wanted to jump up in support, smashing the thumbs up.
Oh, we're gonna watch you jump
I'm
up
headed
now?
to bed. I'm headed to bed, but I seen you were live, and before I go, I see you there. I gotta.
Well, thank you
show a
for
little bit of
stopping
support.
by, Spring Cobras.
And thanks. I know. All right,
Be
you all
well.
have a good night. Take care. Have a good long
All right,
weekend.
thank you, Jason.
Have a good one, brother.
Be well.
I'll try to catch you when I can stick around a little bit longer next time.
Yeah, Cobra should go live in a couple more days, I think.
Awesome. All right, have
Cool.
a good night.
All right, thank you, Jason. So
Yeah. If you search that, it's a very abrasive channel, but you'll learn a lot if you listen enough.
give me 2 seconds. I'll try to post that.
It's
your
called
channel
it's
there.
called the channel the guy that I learned a lot of stuff from. His channel now is called Proper Instruction Motivates People. You just search Proper Instruction Motivates People. His name is Paul Enslaved. You've probably seen his videos of it.
I've seen a few of his videos.
Yeah, so he does live stream like every day. There's a little bit of drama going in there, about stuff, but they do get down to rights and freedoms, and there is a lot to be learned, and you can branch off from there. There's a lot of guys that use scripture to fight the courts. A lot of guys that know the Constitution and just learning your rights. But I'll be honest with you, it's a rabbit hole that I kind of wish, it's the red pill and the blue pill for the Matrix. Like what I know now, it's like, you get into your rights, you're like, man, I'm my rights. And then you keep digging and you're like, man, I really don't even have any rights. We don't even own our own cars. We don't own our property. This is crazy. The government has got their fingers in us big time, but I'm not going to, it's a rabbit hole, but
I agree with you 100% on that one.
But yeah, it's a good some good information there. Lots of good conversations going on if you can bear through the. And he's a Paul is he's an interesting character, but he gets to the point in in your face kind of way. There's no sugarcoating anything with that guy. So, you know, some people have a hard time learning, but the education is there. So that's where I got most of my drive and knowledge. You know, from getting books, learning about your straw man, learning about UCC codes. UCC codes are very important. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Learning the Uniform Commercial Code, CFR codes, stuff like that. Man, you gotta learn their lingo to beat them. So that's why I've kind of took my my auditing goal and put it off to the side. I was like, I am nowhere near educated enough. I need to be to battle with, police officers in the courts and whatnot. So, but learning about jurisdiction is extremely important.
You post stuff like that on your channel, right? That seems
I
like
have some
it would
live
be
streams.
interesting.
Yeah, it's one thing trying to when you're giving out information, people don't really want to take responsibility, for your actions. Like, oh hey, do this and do that. Like Rogue Nation, do this, do that, because if you screw up and you don't do your paperwork right, then they're gonna toss you. It's just I'm personally trying to get rid of my license, my license plates. I already rescinded my voter registration, so I'm no longer a voter. I'm trying to what's called being unslaved. The corporation of the United States of America, it's a business. It's not even us. But like I said, if you go to that channel, it'll open your eyes a little bit. You may not want to go there because you may wish you didn't have your eyes open like that. But so that's my goal. But I have wife, kids. So I don't know. I have to take all that into account. Of
I mean, the voting. They've already proved that voting doesn't matter. It's just all it's all theatrics to make you feel like you have some sort of authority or power, but in the end, they're going to choose who they want to be there.
Yeah.
That's why I did it. I just felt my voice, wasn't as being heard as all we think that it is. And it's one of those things like, you know what? I'm withdrawing off the registration rolls. I'm not going to vote ever again. So.
Yeah, I need to start looking into that to figure out how to rescind mine.
It's simple. I'm in Florida. I went to my county's website, the county clerk. Go to the voting registration or whatever, and it has a form there that you can print out and fill it in and bring. I brought it into them, on my day off, and real simple. I was in there 5 minutes.
There you go.
But it's not for everybody. I mean, some people still think that their vote counts, and that's great and all. But
anything that makes somebody think, is worth it to me. I mean, if it makes somebody say, "Well, wait a minute, let me rethink."
Well, it's like learning.
Important.
If you want to drive around town, because you're not doing commerce, you're not making money, so you have the right to travel. That's been stated since the Magna Carta of like 1218, whatever it was, how long ago. But when you sign your driver's license and you do your registration for your vehicles, you're literally entering yourself into a contract with the government. You're basically saying, yes, I'm giving up my rights to travel. But when you're not conducting commerce, you're a traveler. You have to, in order to get yourself out of that jurisdiction that you sign yourself into, you have to rescind your driver's license, rescind your, you have to pull all that away. So that way, when you do drive without a license, when you do drive without a tag, they can't punish you because you're not in their jurisdiction anymore. You literally gave back your registration of your vehicle. You gave back your driver's license. It has to be clear, of course. And you're out of that jurisdiction. So, and that's kind of what I did with my UCC mind is just until I get to that point where I'm confident that I can unslave myself, as it's called, being unslaved. Makes me very angry, paying taxes and then having to pay more taxes, and then I don't get anything from the government at all. Even the VA, I don't go to the VA ever for shit. So
yeah, I hear bad stuff about VA places all the time. It's sad.
But in all reality, fuck cops. You know what I mean? I don't like I said, I don't want to go. It's a rabbit hole that I honestly I wish I didn't go down, because now I'm more more angry,
Yeah.
of how bad we really
Yeah,
have it.
that's what I said. What do we do with the anger? I mean, what do we do with it? I mean, so I try to turn it into something productive. Cobra does his cop watching, and I just, I go just somebody sometimes doing something like this panel. It might give somebody a chance to vent a little bit to ease some of that anger and to find stuff like it's like, oh wow, I never knew that. Again, I mean, I enjoy every time I find out something new. I really do. So I
No, I
appreciate
agree.
that.
I agree. It's the same way. I was, you know, always love the plethora of knowledge that you can find,
Yep.
on YouTube alone. Just YouTube. It's hard to find people in person that know, what we really know. So
Yeah, I'm not going to
it's
be
always good stuff.
conceited and say, oh, I know everything. Hell no. I mean, I've learned a lot from people like you and my brother. I mean, a
Knowledge is
lot.
power.
Yep, exactly. And I'm
The more
always appreciative.
the more knowledge that we can exchange between us, the better it makes us in the long run.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yep.
go ahead and post the link to his channel in the private chat. You can do what if you want to check him out. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's very it's a very there's a lot of heated discussions about a lot of subjects, but there's a lot of knowledge there too. So
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of Paul and Slave's videos where he was in the live and he had somebody that was pro government and all that on there, and he'd sit there and argue the fact with them. And these people would argue with him until they were blue in the face, and he would just hit them with something that they could not refute, and it would shut them up.
yeah, they did that to me, because of my military background and telling me that that I should repent and going off. And I had never experienced any pushback on me being a veteran or whatever. But I proved it's all about the way you project and how you project yourself as a person. So I had those arguments with him, and he would yell at me, but I'm a jarhead. I kept my cool and I powered through, and he respects me now because of who I am and what I stand for. So a lot of people just take it personally and get all bent out of shape, but there still is a lot of good knowledge. He's super smart. So
yeah, I may be wrong, but I get it that cops automatically. Now, this is just my opinion, and it could be very, very wrong. But I find it that cops automatically assume if you're in the military or have been in the military, then you're automatically pro cop no matter what.
no way.
I agree with you.
That's the thing I get from watching a lot of police officers.
Huh.
Once they find out that the person was in the military, they're like all of a sudden they're your long lost brother, and you should always look up to the cop as. But like I said, I could be wrong.
Well, I've had some conversations with my daughter. She's 21 and she's in the UK right now. She's in the Air Force. She's on the Special Forces, so she's basically an MP
Yeah.
for the Air Force. And hearing the way she talks about things, and I have to be careful with my daughter because she is very opinionated, and so am I. So I just
Yeah.
so we're not doing this, but the way that they think is, even in the military cops, they're the same way as civilian cops. Like they think that their shit doesn't stink, that they can tell people what to do, and it's like, no, sweetheart. People have rights. Like you every cop, every service member, anyone who works for the government is sworn an oath to the Constitution. So like you're literally in a violation of that right off the get if you violate someone's rights. So. But
Yeah.
I try to keep her and I conversations away from that stuff, So,
So
but
people,
yeah,
I posted the channel link to what Be Good was talking about. So please click on it and go over there and subscribe. Sorry, damn cough. But
yeah,
anyway,
he's
yeah,
on
I'm
every
always
day for like,
yeah.
they do streams for like 10, 12 hours at a time, like just constant conversation all day. So
Yeah.
some stuff you'll hear, you're like, I don't have no idea what these guys are talking about, and some stuff you'll learn. So it's a combing process, but.
Mm. Yeah, and I'm thankful. Like I said, I'm thankful every time I come on here and meet new people and find out new things. It's always, I don't know where anybody would say learning stuff is a downer. To me, learning stuff is always something great.
And then me, like the very first live stream that I came into with you and Cobra um, a while back when I was in the kitchen cooking, and I decided I was real reluctant about joining the panel and getting up there.
Yeah.
It wasn't because I was intimidated. It's I didn't have a real good understanding of a lot of things, and I've been like really trying to dig into it a lot more.
Well, that's the best time to join.
I mean, it's not that. I
Anyway.
mean, it's I mean, Cobra.
Yeah.
He's a smart dude. He knows his shit when it comes to going out and doing the cop watch thing.
Which he also learned as he was doing it. Believe me. Yeah.
But I mean, I was apprehensive about coming up on the panel, but I was like, you know what? It's just like I've heard Cobra say. It's like if you don't put yourself out there to open yourself up to the knowledge, then you're not going to ever make a change. Yep. So I was like, you know what? Then that's what really pushed me over there. Is like, fuck it, and I clicked on the link and joined the panel, and it was cool. You know, I mean, actually getting to be able to talk to one of the guys that I watch. You know, I mean, I've watched every video since I've joined his channel that he's put out.
If you can get one person to take up a camera and film cops, to me, you have achieved something great.
I've gotten a couple people here locally in my community to start picking up the filming. Good. I'm trying to get them to start their own channels because there's nobody immediately around me in my county. There's nobody around me to do it.
Yeah, because to me, it's like that one person filming. I cannot stress to people enough that you could literally be saving somebody's life. You could literally be saving somebody's rights. And for them to be abused, to be physically abused by fucking cops. Because as you see now, cops will throw you to the ground and instantly start screaming, quit fighting, quick resisting, you're resisting when they're not. And I mean, that's something that cops, they start to say now. And they do that when their body cams pressed up against the person where you can't make out what the person's doing, but the cop is screaming, quit resisting.
Well, the only actual video I have on my channel is of me interacting with my local cops. They were arresting this black man for trespassing in a supermarket parking lot, and he was screaming. So I ran over there with the camera, and first real time that I was just in a cop's face with my camera, just kind of like seeing how this was going to go. My wife's freaking out, like, great, I'm going to have to bail you out, but it ended up being good because they literally they took this man's pants off in public, and this was, it was pretty shocking. And so I had a few words with the cops, and they're immediately like, they just stopped talking to me because they knew that I knew what the hell I was talking about. I knew my rights, and it was a year's worth of accumulation of knowledge to get the guts to go up and actually perform. But I did submit that video to his lawyer so they could have record of that. I don't know if it helped him or not.
Oh, that's what I made Cobra a card. Because I do designs. I made his banner, my banner, and a whole bunch of other people's banners. So I made him a card. And on the card is, his contact stuff, his email and stuff. And I told him, because it's like when you're out there and you film something like you just did that would be beneficial for that person to have, instead of trying to stand there and tell them, you can just give them your card and go on. So, I mean, that might be an idea because, like I said, I did it for Cobra, and he went out and had a bunch of cards made. And that's what he does because sometimes you don't have the time to sit there and go, hey, look for me on YouTube. This is this. And you just hand the person that, and that's it. It takes about 1 second, and it's done.
Actually, I noticed Cammed Up Caveman's in the chat. He actually lives in the same county as me. So maybe one of these days, him and I can hook up and we go do some audits together if he's still watching.
There you go, Cammed Up. Yay.
Yeah,
If you check out his page,
Camden, man, he's a good guy.
Yep, he's got some good videos. I appreciate his channel too.
So yeah, I think that might be something to think about, because I noticed, because I mod for SGV, and I noticed that when he tries to give his information to people so they have access to the video, it takes him quite a while. And so it's like, you know, get a card, put your email on it, and pop it out there, and that way you can give people the equipment, you know, then, you know, to fight back sometimes. So it's just an idea.
That's what really drove me is wanting to help my community. You know, my channel name, Be Good, Do Good. You know, I've always lived by that rule, is being good and doing good. I mean, you can't find anything a fault in that, you know. So if I can help my fellow citizens, my fellow Americans, especially when it comes to police, law enforcement, or feelings police, whichever ones you're encountering that day, you know, we should all be able to try to help do that. You know,
exactly.
Take some balls, but you know, you got to do it. So
yeah. But like I said, if you help one person, to me, that's amazing. And if you get one more camera to you know, if you can get one more person to pick up a camera, then that's worth it as well. And you've done great. So trying to get your, so right here it is, your channel, and just post it in the chat out here.
Yeah, it's just education. You know, just learning not only your rights, but learning, you know, the statutes. You know, Florida especially. You know, 901.151. You know, the breach of peace. You know, checking out what's public, what's not. So at least you have a fighting chance to do what you need to do. You know, so
yeah. I was only going to be on here a few minutes, but it got very interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. But I want to thank every single person that came in here. It was really great. Keep her in there. Oh, hush up! That's my husband. My hair.
Yeah, it was a great time. I'm glad to meet y'all. I subscribed, so we'll see you all again. You all have a good night.
Thank you so much for coming up on panel. I mean that a lot. Thank you.
Hey,
not a problem. Thank you.
Reach out to me on my channel and hit me with an email link or something, and I would like to definitely pick your brain a little bit more.
Yeah, right on, man. Not a problem.
I posted the link to his channel in chat over there, on YouTube side there, Central.
Yeah, I'll have to go back into the chat and see, because once I got on the StreamYard, it
okay, well, let me just get it for you. I'll put it in. Can you excuse me, access the private chat over here?
Yeah, I can from my phone.
Okay, here, I'll put it here, and I don't know if you can just click on it and subscribe.
I see it. I see the Paul Enslaved, and I see I see his channel.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, good. Because I really thank everybody for being here, because I know they all expected Cobra, but like I said, everything got sidetracked and put on the wrong dates, and he had to go do some stuff. So, but anyways, I appreciate you guys for being up there. Absolutely.
All right, you guys have a good night. We'll see y'all.
All right, thank you.
You guys have a good one too.
All righty. Let me end it. There we go.